You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Not seeing this yet. Catch up now on the Big 12 Conference, removing an officiating crew from an upcoming game assignment due to a rules violation in the Kansas-Missouri football game last weekend. As I understand it, some brief description of this: Missouri scores a TD, Kansas blocks the extra point, Missouri penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct, pushes the kickoff back instead of a proper place kick or drop kick. Per NCAA Football Rule 2, Section 16, Article 6, of course, the officials allowed Missouri to punt the kickoff, only legal after a safety. No idea what the process was, thought-wise or explanation. But this is really just more interesting to me from the conference angle on this, Chris. I know there's been talk and maybe some effort made at transparency. I was interested to see this come across. Has this ever happened before?
Okay, so yeah, to your rule, I think with the crew, like you're whenever it is a safety, you're allowed to punt from the 20. So there's this penalty, and so they get it on the 20-yard line. And so Missouri, I think they just drop their punter out there and is like, hey man, this is worth the 20. So like what gives? And it was allowed to happen. I know that Texas Tech has been in communication with the Big 12 Conference about this, and just in general.
The transparency angle, or like
all the above,
yeah.
and the specifics of this particular ruling and all.
Oh,
the
really?
things.
Okay.
But yes. I think that, yeah, because this is pretty major, and I think that you're right, Cowan, in saying that unheard of is right, because this is very different than what we are used to. I think that the word was that was a very poorly officiated game in Columbia. I think that in a way this was the league saying, you guys didn't do a very good job. We're going to call you on this one thing because you just totally misapplied the rules, and we're going to sit you out. And it's not hard to go find out these guys' names and what crew this is and all those things, because they were very clearly scheduled to referee one of these games on Friday night, and now they have been pulled. And for the league to tell everybody that and let whatever, I think is largely unheard of. Brett Yormark has been contacted by about and by various coaches and administrators since he took over about officiating needing to be better. We need a better process. We need more training. We need to pay these guys better so people will seek these jobs. We need more transparency, but that's what you're getting here. I applaud it. This is the first time officials get reprimanded or punished or taken off, whatever, all the time. I think, I don't know how normal it is, but I think it happens, but you just never hear about it. It's very under the radar. And I think that you run some risk of shaming these guys. We're like, man, do I really want something where I'm going to be like put in the limelight for the wrong reasons? But this is, Brett Yormark has to also do what's right and say, my constituents are clamoring for this. We need better processes. We also want to show the public that this isn't rigged. Like there's no shenanigans going on here. Like there will be actions taken. We're going to let you know about these actions. But again, this is, I applaud it. I hope others follow suit, because I think officials try to do a good job. Some are just terrible. Some are really good. And I try to point that out. I just like consistency. But like, I think there's been things that have been done before where a league will say, invite the media that covers a certain league and say, hey, come officiate a spring game or come officiate a scrimmage. And we'll kind of like point out like how difficult this actually is, which again, it's transparency. And so some of that is like kind of opening up the eyes of the folks like us that talk about this. I think that's a good thing, but I also think it's a good thing for officials to be held accountable and for people to know that. And when there's too much on the line, Cowan,
100%, too much money. I mean,
this is big business. And when somebody misapplies the rules,
yeah,
I think there's got to be some consequences. But yeah, I think it's largely unheard of here that you got this from the Big 12. And I'm reading and I'm like, a free kick in the Missouri can't. Okay, what's going? Because what happened is that's the Big 12 road team, and typically in a inter cross conference game, that like in other words, this game for Texas Tech, it may be a quote unquote Pac-12 crew that's here. It may not be a Big 12 crew. Like when you played at Washington State last year, I'd be willing to bet you that was a Big 12 crew. That's typically how the contracts work, just to semi even it up or whatever. But yeah, this was a pleasant surprise.
Today's episode brought to you by Gametime. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly feel the call of the stadium. That's exactly where Gametime comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. And with the money you save on tickets, you can then splurge on foods, drinks, gear, and more. Gametime makes it all possible. And best of all, Gametime makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get the first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. And if you're like me, you get tired of endless scrolling trying to find the best deal, and that's why Gametime's Zone Deals is the go-to move, since it automatically picks the best seats in your section for you at the best price. And as always, you can get a view from your seat right there in the app. So before you buy, you know exactly what you're going to see. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use our code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use our code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE, Locked on College, for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets at the lowest price, guaranteed. I was wondering about your reaction to it, liking it or disliking it. There's a lot to consider. And Mike McCabe is the name that I'm seeing as far as the guy leading the crew. If you're worried about being exposed, don't screw things up, at least not to this extent. And that's why you got a crew. I mean, how difficult is it to allow something like this to happen? And however many of you are out there and involved, none of you know a safety didn't just happen. So that's kind of just crazy. I was wondering how often behind closed doors, I know there are reprimands or like gradings or whatever, but I wondered how often behind closed doors crews had actually been removed from like a subsequent assignment because of something that happened. And at the same time, while this is a pound of flesh, I think for fans to a degree, I'm also just wondering marketing wise for the Big 12 conference, what do we achieve? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. So I'm still kind of curious on the jury being out on that part, maybe.
I think Brett Yormark we'll see if this continues. We'll see how much more of this we get. It's fascinating to me that you went through the whole, Ireland game, and then you went through the whole week one and nothing happened, but it was week two that where something reared its ugly head here. Will we get more of this? But I think Brett Yormark, generally speaking, will be applauded by this behavior. I know that this is something that head coaches and administrators have been clamoring for. Joey talks to me about it all the time on his show, and just wanting a better process. It's like I like the tortilla thing. I think greatly frustrates him, and he's like. Talk to me about it on either the first show or the second show, but he's like, you're telling me that that's gonna come from like Las Colinas and like the league offices, that it's somebody's discretion. Oh, there's a tortilla on the field, and that's how they're gonna do this. I mean, like but yet when you hit Baron Morton low, or you pull Taj Brooks's face mask, why doesn't Las Colinas see that?
Las Colinas in the bathroom.
Yeah, which is because they call it the Rock. Whatever, I don't know. That's just like the headquarters. It's based in the Metroplex there in Las Colinas, there right outside of Irving. So, I don't know. I think this is a start, and I appreciate that. I would have liked the same sort of announcement played after the Houston Texas Tech basketball game last year. I think that would have been appropriate for.
Oh, let's not go down memory lane with all of our grievances. We don't have enough time left in the day. 2006, Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, I got you.
Red Raiders long. Yeah. How many entry? Randy Crystal's entire life. I mean,
but this is very clearly, it's very clearly though a modern Big 12 though. This is not Bob Bowlesby's Big 12 anymore. This is a Brett Yormark trying to, and guess what they do in the NBA? I think that's also worth noting. He has this NBA background, right? And they have this report that comes out after these games. That it's like a 2-minute report. I forget what they call it, but it will put somebody on blast and be like, "We screwed this call up. It doesn't change the results of the game, but again, it's all out there for everybody to see. And I think this is a step in the right direction. So
maybe we're edging closer to another pipe dream of mine coming to fruition: post-game officiating press conferences, which, God bless you if anybody actually wants to hear more from an official. I'm thinking maybe take the mics away, but just like a representative. I just always thought, especially in the college game, 18 to 23-year-olds got to sit there at a microphone. And these other guys don't. They're just straight to the showers every once in a while, maybe a question worthy of asking, but we're getting this for now. So let us know what you think about it, what your reaction is to it, and good or bad for the league. So in the YouTube comments, let us know, or shoot us a text if you're a Matador Mobster. Chris, appreciate the time as always, man. Enjoyed it, and we're one step closer to wrapping this non-conference slate up. It's the Beavers on Saturday. We'll go mailbag mode next time we reconvene. Looking forward to it, man. We'll see you then.
Yeah, guns up, people. Keep hope alive. Be careful out there on social medias. You just never know what might be coming your way. I would say if you're out there looking for stuff, look at the open letter by my man Casey Cowan. That's well worth your time. From the desk of Coach Cowan.
Yes, in a statement. I hate for like an open letter invite, maybe more conversation. No, it's over. It's a statement with finality.
That's
Thank
right,
you, Chris, for noticing. I appreciate your attention to this matter. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks as always for the time. And of course, get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. Thanks to the Everydayers for always riding along. And of course, the Matador Mob as well. Hit our show notes, find a link to a free 14-day trial. That's your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. And we hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.